DJ, what time do you think we got practice?
Good. Probably just before 7. Probably 6:37.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, here inside the Pirate Radio studios with Troy D and a couple of Pirates inside the Pirate Radio Players Lounge. Holton Ahlers and DJ Ford back with us here on Pirate Radio Live. Troy, I was gone last Monday. Really enjoyed the interviews with all the guys.
A lot of fun to catch up with these guys. Appreciate you being back, and I think you're going to enjoy it as much as I have. Always fun talking ECU football, and especially talking ECU football with the guys playing football this year. Something that we haven't been able to do before on this type of level each week in studio. So it's been off to a great start. We appreciate everybody's feedback from last week that let us know how much they enjoyed it too, and we hope to keep it rolling every Monday.
The word around ECU this weekend was the defense won again. So should we start with DJ instead of Holton today? Is that how
I was going to ask Holton what was wrong with the offense.
Oh, we could do that too.
Defense keeps winning here, but
that's what they say anyway, Holton. Yeah, you were there. What do you think?
I mean, I think the ones we scored. I think we had 4 drives. We scored 3 out of the times with 2 field goals and a kick. So, I mean, I wouldn't say we lost. The 2s and the 3s, yeah, the defense definitely won. But I think it was pretty good with the 1s. So I'll let DJ take over that one, I guess.
I think he stretched the truth just.
Whatever.
It's all how you frame the story, right?
Yes,
the 1s
sir,
v
yes.
1's not too bad.
Everybody looked pretty good. The 1s held it down. Defensively a little better than offensively. They were helped out by a couple of penalties here and there, some stuff that we got to clean up for sure. That's on us, but I think we still won.
It almost sounded like preseason football, talking to Bruce and Xavier. They said they played a few series and then they were watching from the sidelines. Is it almost like it was more Mike Houston wanted to see what he had at 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, I mean, we knew starters kind of knew going in we'd have a certain amount of plays. I think we got like 25 plays, something like that, and then we were done. But it's weird watching on the sideline, sitting over there for an hour, not throwing or doing anything like that. I mean, you get stiff just standing there. You're like, dang, this kind of sucks not out there being playing and stuff. But that's just kind of like you said, preseason ball.
How is the special teams looking from you guys' perspective? I know you're not necessarily on special teams that I know of anyway, but
yes,
how is it looking? Because that is such a key. And when you come to momentum in games, if you can have a big special teams stop or kickoff return or whatever the case may be, that's a huge momentum shift. How is the special teams looking this year for ECU football?
Special teams is looking really good. That's definitely been a point of emphasis for our fall camp this year, and this past scrimmage especially. We had a lot of young guys that we were looking at. The coaches put out there in different positions. They wanted to see guys, who plays fast, who's willing to run and hit and things like that, and who can help take maybe a defensive starter off of one of the special teams and get them a little more rest,
Yeah.
So
I talked to Tim Doust on Saturday, and you guys are deeper than you've been in years past. So you were mentioning it there. Are you a part of any coverage teams, or are you just playing safety?
Yes, sir. I'm for sure not off the board as far as any of them go.
Do you enjoy the special teams?
Oh, yes. I enjoy special teams, and I know that's something that's important for our team in order to win games, so I'm willing to do whatever,
Do you ask Coach, hey, can I get in, or is it something like, if you ask me, I'll go, but I'm not begging to get in on special teams?
Oh, no. It's more of a can I get in versus a if he asks me, you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to be out there and be able to help the team, but at the same time, I don't think I need to be on all 4 of them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm still trying to play defensively and things like that, getting too tired. So
Holton, you missed that from your Conley days? They asked you to go out and play safety late in the game?
I remember
I'll still go play safety right now,
no
man.
way.
This guy played both ways back in high school. Now, don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
I might have to go look him up.
I asked Bruce and Xavier this earlier. DJ, when's the last time you played offense? What would you do in high school?
Oh, I play receiver.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I play receiver, and I actually had a little quarterback back in my younger days.
Yeah. Don't know about all that.
Seriously, early in high school, freshman year, I played a little quarterback.
Well, you're tall. I saw you earlier before we went on. You were talking with C.J. Johnson, who was here. I was like, man, you two guys kind of look so, as far as length.
Yes, sir.
I was like, can you imagine lining them up on both sides, as far as height goes?
Well, I mean, Holton can tell you himself. There's been times this summer and this spring where I ran routes for Holton, when he needed someone to throw to. And he did compliment me a few times.
He can run. I mean, he's 6'4" and can run. I mean, with good hands. I mean, anyone that size and just like that. But there'd be times it was just me and him out there throwing. He out there running routes for me and doing stuff that some of the receivers can't do. So, but I mean, he's very good at safety. So we don't really we got good receivers, but yeah, I mean, he's really kind of took over that defense. So
if it comes down to it, I'll tell Coach. Goal line fade.
Donnie, are you listening?
Yeah, for real.
Good in the receiver room right now, but you never know.
Yeah.
Something happens. So.
Watching ECU football, we know that height isn't everything. What's it like chasing Tyler Snead around practice, DJ?
Oh, it's definitely difficult. Snead is one of the quicker guys I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Especially with his body type. Those kind of shorter guys. I mean, I feel bad to say it, but the shorter guys tend to be like more quick than fast. You know what I'm saying? So getting off the ball, like initially, his first step quickness is unreal.
DJ, who's harder to hit? A big, strong, tight end that's going full steam, or someone like Tyler Snead that's fast, wiry, can juke, that's smaller? Who's harder to get down?
Harder to get down? I'd say the smaller guys like Snead. I don't worry. I'm not afraid of anyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm more afraid of missing than I am, you know what I'm saying, like a big guy like out muscling me or something like that. So
yeah, so
I take the big guy all day and I'll get him down. You know what I'm saying?
Holton Ahlers D.J. Ford here. One of the things that stood out most to me on Media Day Saturday, Audio Matosha has gone vegetarian, apparently.
No.
Are you guys still down with the meats, or are you going all veggies?
I saw some chicken wings getting eaten before we started.
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm definitely not.
You are. It was a break from the usual. But.
Yeah, I can stick to that one. That's not my cup of tea.
I found that pretty interesting when he told me that the other day.
No, I had just fried some chicken last night with some I'm definitely not a part of the vegetarian gang.
And Luke Larson was also fun to talk to. I'm curious how a guy in his upper 20s from a different country fits in with the locker room. So what's he like in the locker room?
Great. I mean, him and Owen Daffer, one of our kickers, Owen's like 18 or 19, looks like he's 12, and they're best friends. I mean, Luke's almost 30, and his best friends are in there. He plays pool about as much as anyone on the team. He just sits in there and plays pool the whole time. But no, he's a great guy. I mean, he's really got along with the locker room good. I mean, he's very easy to talk to. Anytime you come in and you have a different accent, people are going to want to talk to you. So I mean, he kind of got with the team pretty quick and fits in really good.
And that reminds me of last week, Troy. You're talking to Bruce and Xavier, and they talk about how DJ came in and acclimated with the team right away. I think it says a lot about you as a person, but also the locker room as a whole, too, right? That you guys are able to get together.
For sure.
Yeah, and from my experience, Luke has been a great guy. He's been fun to talk to and everything, and he handles it well when people like kind of pick at him about his accent and things like that. Like, he doesn't take it personally. Like, he embraces it, if anything, and I think that makes it, all the more easier to interact with him.
You guys got to acclimate as a team together, but you're also part of a greater part of the university as students. We often forget, you still have classes and you still have responsibilities as a regular student. That started today. This is kind of one of those busy days. And we appreciate you guys working with us, and we're working around your schedule to get everything done, because you've got your classes kicked off today. You still got this isn't a traditional Monday. It's no day off. You're still practicing this afternoon. This is a very busy day for you guys. How is the start of the school class season started for you guys?
It's been good for me. Kind of being a senior and not having that many classes left. I mean, I got 12 hours left to even do. I really only got 6, but you have to take 12 to get cost of attendance at ECU. I think that's just the NCAA rule. But it's been super easy. It's been super fun. I mean, anytime you get to go on campus and see the students again, it's just a good vibe. I mean, it was so weird last year not even going on campus, just staying at home doing your classes, then going to football, and that was kind of
almost like a lost year. It seems like. DJ, I know you're kind of newer to campus, so people, you can just kind of be walk around. People leave you alone right now. For now, who knows? By the end of the year, we're hoping you get stopped all over the place. More about you, Holt. When you get recognized, you've been here in Greenville so long. People know who you are. What's it like for Holton Ahlers to go on campus with his fellow students? Are you getting stopped all the time? People want to talk football, or they leave you alone?
For the most part, I mean, honestly, even around Greenville, most people just like look at me and don't say anything. And honestly, I don't even notice it. But like, if I'm with other people, they're like, "Why is everyone looking at us? Like, what is everyone doing?" And I'm like, "I didn't even know they were, dude. I'm just here like doing whatever." But no, I mean, I try to communicate with everyone. I mean, if I see people that are obvious about it, I try to go say hey to them or something. But I mean, it's cool being in this situation where, like you said, people do know who I am. So I just try to make the most of it.
Yeah. So, DJ, have you been recognized yet, or is it still too early?
I have a time or two here and there. It depends. Yesterday we had a little meet and greet thing for all the freshmen that were enrolling in the ECU, and a couple of guys stopped. I was standing next to Holton. That probably helped out a little bit. No, but a couple of guys were like, "Yeah, I remember you from Carolina." Blah blah blah.
Oh, that's
like, you're a
cool.
baller, like stuff like that. It's
I
really
recognized you earlier today in the parking lot. I said, "Hey, there's DJ Ford."
Yes, sir.
Great looking
Hey,
shirt.
that's good for Troy.
Yeah, exactly. You know, for me, that is really good. I'm like,
And
"Who's that again?"
today was your first day, like, on campus, right?
Yes, sir.
Like,
It
in a
was.
classroom.
It was a bit.
You find your
overwhelming.
classes and everything?
Yeah, I did. It was a little bit of a struggle, but Google Maps helps a lot.
Yeah, that Brewster building can be a doozy.
Yeah.
Just don't drink the water in there, by the way.
Yeah,
Inside
yes,
of there. Great looking shirt for your first day of class,
you,
by the
thank
way,
you.
for
I
DJ
appreciate
Ford
it.
with the limited edition Pirate Radio throwback tee right there, looking really good.
Looks better on him than me, but
So does everything, Cliff.
that's a good point. That's
Definitely had to dress to impress on the first day.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Sunday's best. DJ Ford, Holton Ahlers here. Guys, what's the difference, Holton and DJ? Holton, we'll start with you. You're at a fall camp, I guess, now getting into the traditional game week practices. What's the biggest difference between those two things?
You got a life outside of football a little bit. You get home when there's still the sun's still in the sky. You wake up and the sun's up. It's not still dark outside. But no, I would just say, I mean, you do have more free time. What you do with it is kind of up to you. Older guys kind of know that the free time that you have is free time to still go towards football. But yeah, you do have more time to yourself because, a lot of kids have classes all throughout the day. But when you get older, you don't have that many more classes left. So just more time that you have, just to get ready, watch more film, just stuff like that.
DJ, feel the same?
Yeah, to piggyback off what he said, we have a lot more time, but I feel like there's a lot of responsibility that comes along with that. So, like, you have more free time if you choose, for it to be like downtime to do nothing, or like Holton said, you can get recovery in, you can get treatment, you can watch film and stuff like that. So I think it's a big maturity thing because, like, early on in my career, I probably just like play video games and things like that, versus now I'm like trying to watch film, trying to work on my body, make sure I'm eating how I need to eat, things like that. So
What is treatment like nowadays for, after practice and also after a game? Like, what do you do to your body to try and recover? And, both of you guys are in positions where you can get hit and, and Holton, in the past, you can be kind of playing wounded before. I used to see, the ice baths and all that stuff. Is that still kind of common deal? Like, what do you guys do to try and recover after a tough practice or tough game?
Yeah, like you said, ice baths. We've got really good facilities over there where we got ice tubs, cold tubs, hot tubs. Everything you can do. But I try to do in the ice bath, and then I go to Kevin Young's a lot to help with that at Young's, and they got a cryotherapy thing, which is kind of like an ice bath. You just step into it, and it's.
I can't stand those things, but I don't know how y'all do it. I hate being cold though.
Yeah.
Like, even like the cryotherapy is a whole nother level of being cold. But just the ice tub, I can't even take a cold shower.
Well,
I don't know how y'all do it.
I'd rather.
That's why I'm not a D1 athlete.
Yeah,
That's the only thing that held you back.
That is the only exactly.
Yeah.
Just think of where I could have been if I could have.
If you could have got in the cold tub.
Man. But it takes some getting used to, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. The cold tub is never fun the first minute or two you're in
I was
there.
about to say, you just kind of have to.
Yeah,
And then you get numb enough where you just don't feel it after a while.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
the
much,
point.
Yeah,
You
so if
just
you
gotta
make
get
it
in
through the
there.
first minute or two, you can do it.
It's just a little mental block you got to get through.
I just
sir.
not as strong as you guys.
One of my personal favorites as far as recovery is we have these like, we call them space boots, but they're like
I've had
sleeves
those
you can
on.
put your legs
Yeah,
in.
the compression
Compression, yeah,
pants.
yeah.
Yes,
I like those a lot.
I thought my ankle was going to bust out.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yep, I know
it got
exactly
so
what you mean.
tight on my thigh and calf. I'm like, I don't know if this was supposed to be like this. I thought my leg was going to explode, but that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
right?
it's supposed to do that.
So for folks that don't know about that, explain why you do those.
So it helps with like your circulation and things like that, flushing out your legs and things like that with lactic acid and all those things like that.
Yeah, I had a friend that has that at his house, and so he's like, "Try these." So I tried it one time. I was like, I'm good after this. I was like, man, it probably is good for you guys when you're at your level to get that circulation going.
Yes,
but
sir.
For me, I was like, this is too painful.
Question for both of y'all. I'll start with you, Holton. There was and I'm looking it up now. Des Bryant had a touchdown pass in 2016. Before Tua, he was the last left-handed QB to throw a touchdown in the NFL. So you haven't seen a ton of left-handed guys growing up. So who do you have, a lefty hero, or who are the quarterbacks you like to watch and watch play?
Tim Tebow, man.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
knew it.
There
it is.
Growing up during my time, he was everything. Growing up, I was like, dude. He's why I fell in love with football and stuff like that. And I mean, yeah, just growing up him. I mean, obviously my brother's named after Peyton Manning, so he's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. He's not a lefty and stuff like that, but Tim Tebow's like the highest of pedestals for me, at least for college quarterbacks.
Yeah. DJ, who are your favorite defensive backs?
Defensive backs. One of my favorites is Harrison Smith, the safety for the Vikings.
He's in Minnesota.
Yeah. I like him a lot. I like Derwin James. He's a guy similar to my stature. I try to watch guys that are similarly built, you know what I'm saying? Jamal Adams, guys like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any mentors that like you talk to, personally that have played and you look up to and say, hey, these are guys that have, looking for advice, and whether it's your position or not, but who your mentor would be?
I have a couple of guys that I play with formerly. So Andre Smith, he's with the Buffalo Bills right now. He's a linebacker. Mm-hmm. I talk to him a lot, pick his brain a lot, you know what I'm saying? Ask him how he carries himself, you know what I'm saying, when he's not at the facility, what type of things he's doing. He's put me on to different things diet-wise and recovery-wise and everything like that. Sends me drills and stuff sometimes, just always trying to learn, always trying to grow.
That's cool. What about you, Holton? Who would you consider your mentor?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I have like a mentor that has played before. I mean, I've had tons of people who've helped me along the way, and stuff like that. But a guy that I talked to in the league a good bit is Ben Kurt, who used to play here before. Yep. I actually spoke to him last night.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, he is.
Season
started over the weekend.
Yeah, so he's done really good. He's a guy I've kept up with ever since I was, started to get recruited, and he went to Virginia and all that. So he's a guy that I talk to in the NFL. But other than that, man, it's just whoever. Everyone in my circle is kind of a mentor to me, but other than that, I don't have any really players like that.
DJ Ford, Holton Ahlers hanging out inside the Pirate Radio studios. DJ, what do you want to fine-tune, I guess? What do you need to accomplish this last week and a half before you take the field against Appalachian State?
Not much. Really just maintain laser focus and make sure I, learn everything I can about them. You always want to know your opponent very well going into a matchup, and so that's my focus.
How do you handle it with a QB you can see film on, but not in that Appalachian State jersey? So how do you handle that part of it? Do you watch old film on him, or? Yeah, I watch old film on him, and see some of the things that he struggled with, some of the things he does well. You need to know your opponent, their strengths and weaknesses as well, and also watching their offense separately, like from last year. Yeah.
And everything like that.
Holt, knowing you're not waiting to game week to break down tape of App State. I'm sure you've probably been looking at it all along. What are you looking for when you do get your hands on some of that tape? And it's hard because it's a new team this year.
Yep.
Even though they got a lot of returning, I believe 17 returning starters. When you look at tape, especially that defense, what are you looking for?
There's different things you look for. I mean, one of the first things I do, during a normal game week, not really in an off season, like you said. I mean, I've been watching them since 2 weeks after the SMU game last year. But during a normal game week, I have certain days where I do certain things. Like one day I'll do blitz pickup, stuff like that, third down, third and long, third and short, third and medium. Then 2 minute on the third down day with it. But then you just look at safety movement. Is there any indicators like that? D-line movement. Is if the 3 techs wide, is there going to be a twist coming? Just little stuff like that can help the O-line out with. And there's so much that comes with quarterback and knowing tendencies and stuff like that I can talk about it for 5 hours if you wanted me to, but just little things like that, see if you can pick up tendencies.
Is there a time that you want to get the ball released by, like, not a handoff, but a pass play that, hey, I don't want to have it more than 2 seconds? So, like, I didn't know if you always hear the great quarterbacks have quick releases and they don't have the ball very long, and that's why they don't get sacked. And you look at Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, they rarely get touched because they're releasing it so fast. What's your goal as far as the release time?
Yeah, with quick game, quick game is just one step drop. You got the slants, the hitches, the shallows, stuff like that. Quick game, you try to get out in about 1.1, 1.2. That time with that protection that you're doing in quick game, which is really meant to protect for about 2 seconds or less. So if you get it out in that time, you should be good. And then drop back game, you try to get it out 2.9 to 3. If you have that time, you should be able to get through all your reads and get it to where it needs to be.
On the flip side of that, DJ, a defensive line can make the secondary look good and vice versa. You guys can hold your man and make the D-line look good getting to the quarterback. So how does that play together, and how is this particular defense doing rushing the passer?
I think you hit the nail on the head right there. You know what I'm saying? D-line can help the secondary can help the D-line. Our guys are looking great. They're getting after Holton. You know what I'm saying? They're chasing him around all day. So, I don't know much else to say.
Jeremy Lewis, another local kid looking good at that end spot.
No, he has looked good. I mean, he's going to have a really good year this year. I think he's one of our better pass rushers that we have, and he's going to downplay the secondary, but this is going to be the best secondary that ECU's had since I've been here, at least. I mean, it's the best secondary that I've went against in practice probably ever in my life. So he's going to downplay it, but they're looking good.
Some high praise right there.
I like to hear that.
So,
I appreciate it.
And obviously,
Now Holden wants you to say how good he's.
I mean, of course.
well, this is the best quarterback DJ's ever seen since he's been at ECU. I think that's fair, right? Yeah. He could guarantee that, right? Of course, he's only been here this year, but no, that's awesome. And look, you want that defense, Holden. I know we've talked about this before, to be good, because the better the defense is, that's who you're practicing against.
Yeah.
And I might have screwed up the saying last week, but I think it's iron sharpens iron is what I was saying. And you want that defense to be iron because it makes you guys sharper.
Oh, yeah. And during the scrimmage, we were talking about who won the scrimmage and stuff. The defense kept getting 3 and outs versus the 2s the first couple drives, and the O-line was over there hating the defense for that and hating the 2s. And they're like, dude, we just got on the sideline. I'm like, well, just prepare like this is App State, man. Hopefully they get 3 and outs too, and we get back out there.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't want to do this right now. We'll do that. We'll do that September 2nd.
Yeah. In my eyes, the better, you know what I'm saying, the better we perform, the more opportunities they get on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
What else did you want to cover, Clip? I feel like we're leaving something on the table. I can't remember what there was something I wanted to ask, but now I went blank.
I cannot get in your brain.
And unfortunately, neither can I. Oh, I know what it was. I wanted to give you. You were talking about. We were joking earlier about it. You were saying how people just kind of will sometimes just stare at you in public because they don't want to say it. But there's the quarterback. If you want to come meet the quarterback this year, after games, you got a new setup and a new deal with Sup Dogs, right?
Yeah, just come out with Sup Dogs. I'll be there after every home game. I'll be there for about an hour or so. Just come out and
So
see
if you want
me
to come
and my
stare
crew, so.
at Holton without his helmet and jersey, you can come to Sup Dogs after home games.
Heck yeah, and I'll bring
something
DJ
new.
with me.
That's another part of this NIL deal
Yep,
that
for sure.
you weren't able to do in past years.
Yep.
So that'll be kind of cool. And look, not that Sup Dogs won't be busy anyway, but bound to pick up a few extra folks that want to stop by and hang out. So that'll be good. That'll be fun.
A few stalkers.
Yeah. DJ, maybe I'll come with DJ. We'll put the whole band together.
Heck yeah.
Clip after the fifth quarter, we'll have a Clip Rock sighting. All the big celebrities will be there.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm always good.
All we got to do is
Sup
walk around the corner.
Dogs. Yeah. I'll be there. All right. Well, good stuff.
Yeah, great
Wrap
stuff,
up.
guys. Are you excited? It really kind of, I feel the intensity picking up, and we're only covering it from the media side. But boy, I feel like a sense of urgency, kind of the intensity. It almost feels like game week to us this week in many ways.
Yeah.
You're only a week and a half away. You're a week from Thursday. That's what I was going to ask, how it feels as far as a sense of urgency, the intensity picking up now that it's getting so close.
It is. I mean, camp's so intense, but it's intense in different ways. You're really focusing on yourself, your team, and doing all this. And now it turns when your focus turns and shifts towards another team and studying those guys. That's kind of when you realize that it is here and that it's time. And us playing on a Thursday, it's really getting upon us quicker than most teams. And that's what I mean. I'm glad we're playing on a Thursday and not a Saturday, so it gets here quicker.
Bruce and Xavier speaking like true tough linebackers. Like, I don't care where we play. I'll play in the backyard. How about you guys? Like, are you excited to play in a pro stadium, or does it matter?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm definitely excited. And like Holton mentioned, getting out of training camp, you know what I'm saying, like fall camp, guys are definitely getting, like, the level of excitement is rising tremendously because we're fired up about getting to play someone else versus our guys, like our brothers that we train with, you know what I'm saying, all fall, all winter, you know what I'm saying, like, we want to go hit someone else.
Yeah.
So
you're enough of the beating up on each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're ready to take it out on someone else. And
Yes,
Clip,
sir.
that was a great Bruce Bivens impersonation, by the way.
I like Bruce. He said it today. Like, he does laugh and joke.
He does, but you got to pull it out of him.
When you look at him, he looks like the definition of a linebacker.
Yeah.
He looks tough. And
You just got to get him to open up. He's a clown once you get him to.
Xavier has no problem talking.
Oh no,
I know, it's funny, but I remember telling no one look Bruce in the eye. We don't want to upset him. We don't need him mad at anybody.
you should see him on the field.
Yeah, for real.
In between those white lines, totally different.
I'm not going on that field. All right,
Guys, good stuff. We'll hook up again next week. It'll be game week, so we'll talk a lot about App State. It'll be just a couple days away at that point. Hard to believe, but it is here. And a lot of fun catching up with you guys each and every week in the Players Lounge. We'll continue to do this all season long. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
For sure. Thanks for having us.